In the month of December 2023, I made about $88 of dividends, and that is all from the investments that I have. Of course, it's not a lot of money, but it's a way to get started and it's a way to see your money grow over time. So in this video, I want to talk about what dividends are and how you can harness the power of dividend investing and how it could be beneficial to you long term. Now, the first thing I want to start with is this. There isn't any quick way to riches. I'm not going to promise you that you will, make so much money from this, but you can make so much money through dividends. So before we get into it, please don't forget to hit the like button on this video. It goes a long way and it also lets me know that you found value in this video. And of course, if you are a return subscriber, please don't forget to return to watch more of my videos. It does help. And don't forget to drop those likes. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Now, let's start with the first thing. What are dividends? You should think of dividends as just profit that are being distributed back to the stockholders. So if you hold a share of a company and the company makes money and they pay out dividends, they will give you a certain cut of their profit, all right, based on the number of shares you hold. Now, there's so many companies out there that pay dividends, and I'm not going to get into the details of those companies in this video, but I just want to show you the benefits of dividend investing, and we'll talk about that in this video. Now, like I mentioned to you at the beginning of this video, I made about $88 on just the dividends that I collected on different accounts that I have. Now, this account does not include retirement accounts. This does not include my Roth accounts or just accounts that are retirement related. They are basically brokerage accounts. Now, I would say out of the $88, of course, I'll still have to pay taxes on that amount. And that is always expected on brokerage accounts. And that could be a disadvantage depending on what your tax situation looks like. But let's talk about what it looks like investing long-term using dividend strategy. Now, we have two categories of companies that you can look for or you can invest in that will pay dividends. We have the Dividend Aristocrat or Dividend Kings, all right? These are all companies. For example, the Dividend Aristocrat stocks are stocks that have, or companies that pay dividends and have increased it over the course of 25 years. And the Dividend Kings are companies that have increased dividends and have paid it consistently for over 50 years. Now, why would you want to invest in companies that pay dividends? The main benefit is for income, all right? Especially in markets when things are not considered stable. In the past, couple of months where interest rate has been high and stock market went down, even though it finally recovered. But the times when stock market went down, you could hedge against the depreciation of your assets, or at least decrease in the value of your assets, by finding dividend-paying companies. And when you invest in those companies, they pay you dividends. Some pay monthly, some pay quarterly, some will pay, twice a year. It all depends. And with that income, you can use it to offset the decreasing value of your portfolio. And that's a good thing. The other reason why you may consider dividend investing is for, again, income generation, but for your daily needs in this case. So, for example, you can choose to get your dividends in cash or in check where they will mail it to you, and you can use it to pay for your daily needs depending on how much you have invested. So, of course, you ask the question like, can you truly rely on this? Yes, you can rely on it to sustain your life, and especially for people that are retired, that can be another avenue of generating income passively. But you must have done the work ahead of time. So examples of companies that will pay great dividends nowadays would be, Costco. You can think about Coca-Cola. You can think about ExxonMobil. You can think about Johnson & Johnson, P&G, Procter & Gamble. You can think about Realty. You can think about Triple M. There's so many of them out there. I mean, I can keep going, but these are generally dividend aristocrats or dividend kings. And I generally don't try to bog down into the details of what yield they're paying, but as long as they've consistently made money, and these are very stable companies that are worth, billions of dollars in capital, in just their value, right? These are companies that I tend to look for to put my money in. Now, when you invest in these companies, don't expect them to appreciate in the stock value itself. These are not growth stocks. These are not companies that are taking their profits and investing aggressively into their business. The dividend companies are generally established companies that are looking to satisfy their stockholders. So don't expect a lot of capital appreciation of your stocks. And that's where you need to, your timing of finding the stocks can be very crucial. Before you choose to invest in dividend paying stocks, I would say it's always best to invest and dollar cost average into them over time. So for example, if you want to invest in AT&T, which is another company that pays dividends, right? You can choose to just buy a certain number every week or every month and slowly build your portfolio to a larger size of those stocks. Same thing with Coca-Cola, same thing with Costco, same thing with Procter & Gamble and Unilever and so on. All those companies, you slowly invest into them. Don't go in thinking you just buy 1,000 shares all at once, because trust me, you may end up, if the stock goes down drastically, you may end up being on the losing side, and also waiting for the dividend could take, a while to actually recoup what you've lost in the stock price itself. So think about your goals, think about your plans for the future, think about what you want to achieve in terms of income wise, all right, and how you can strategically invest in some of these companies. Like I said, I made $88, and my goal is to be able to surpass this number preferably every month. But there's only one problem that I see in my situation, and that is some of these companies will pay on a monthly basis, some will pay on a quarterly basis. And for that reason, some months will be higher, some months will be low, some months will be higher. So there's always that fluctuation. So you may not see that consistent increase throughout each month, but the hope is that every quarter, where majority of these companies pay, I want to see huge bumps, and I want to see that increase over time. And I'll be able to share that journey with you. Of course, if you have found value in this one, please don't forget to drop a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe. It goes a long way. And check out my next video. I'm sure you'll find a lot of value in it as well. I'd love to see you in the next one.